okay with everybody. So, Ethan, Dominic, Parker, and Frank. And when I say your name, you can step up so everybody else knows which one it is, but. Ethan Hutchinson was born and raised in New Hampshire. He attended Rivier University, where he studied criminal justice for 4 years. Basketball has always been a big part of his life, playing throughout high school and on travel teams for AAU. And this continued playing for Rivier men's basketball team. His dad was a former police chief in New Hampshire. He has 2 older brothers and is excited to start his career with the Laconia Police Department. Ethan Hutchinson. I'm gonna screw it up. Dominic Petrofesa. Dominic Petrofesa grew up in Burlington, Connecticut, and attended Lewis Mills High School. While in school, he played football, lacrosse, and was a member of the student council. After high school, he worked full and part-time jobs while attending college courses until his enlistment in the United States Marines. He graduated from MCRD in Parris Island, South Carolina. He served our country as a 0331 machine gunner in V-12 Alpha Company at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, where he achieved the rank of corporal and being deployed twice overseas. He is very close to his platoon, even to this day, and he keeps regular contact with them every year. Right before his second deployment, he married his wife, Brianna, in July of 2020. He and his wife have 2 children, Lila, 8, and Dylan, 11 months. Without Brianna's support and encouragement, he would not have achieved as much as he has in his new career field. They live in Belmont, and Dominic comes from a long family line of military and law enforcement officer. He looks forward to serving the city of Laconia. Dominic Petrofesa. Parker Normand. Parker was born in Northfield, New Hampshire, and graduated from Winnisquam School District. After graduation, Parker enlisted in the New Hampshire Army National Guard. Parker attended Plymouth State University, where he graduated with a degree in criminal justice. Parker joined the Northfield Police Department in 2018. At this time, Parker was also commissioned as a second lieutenant military police officer. Parker joined the Tilton Police Department in 2021. Parker currently serves as a detachment commander in the Army. Parker's parents and brother Tucker still live in the Lakes region. Parker Norman. Frank Heckler. Frank Heckler grew up in Laconia and was active while at Laconia High School, having over 200 hours of community service while in school. After high school, he attended Keene State College, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. He's excited to serve the community where he grew up. He has a resemblance to Pommel Horse Guy from the Olympics. Frank Heckler. That's all I have, unless you wanted to do a photo or anything like that.
We'll move forward to the swearing, the actual swearing in.
All right. So do you, I'm going to have you announce your names.
Frank Heckler, Ethan Hutchinson, Parker Norman.
Dominic Petrofesa.
Do solemnly swear and affirm that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon you as a full-time police officer for the city of Laconia, New Hampshire, according to the best of your abilities, agreeable to the rules and regulations of the Laconia Police Department, the Constitution of the United States, the laws of the state of New Hampshire, and the ordinances of the city of Laconia, New Hampshire, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you. I'm going to have you guys sign this one. Okay. Sign everything here for me. Yep.
Yeah, we'll have them come behind you. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, we'll come behind the commission. If anyone wants to come up and take pictures with the group, that's fine, or you can do individual ones. You can sign this, but. All right. Don't be afraid, come on up.
They love having their picture taken. Yeah. Oh, you're already up there, why don't you?
Oh, we just,
Family picture?
we just did.
Did
Yep.
you get one more?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Wait a second, honey.
We clean him up.
Yeah, we try to. It's been a rough road, trust me.
I know.
Absolutely.
I'll make sure I send these to them individually.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
I'll send these to them so that they have a copy.
Okay.
Almost.
Probably soon. We're hoping soon.
Get on his daughters. Hi, baby.
And how's Kevin gonna be related to you?
So where are you off to?
Oh, gotcha. He's the electrician? Yes. Okay. My husband's an electrical contractor, so.
Someplace you haven't gone.
Yeah.
We're going down to Patagonia,
There you go. Yep.
Chile in Argentina. Patagonia, Chile and Argentina.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, nice. How many years you put in with them?
Very well.
30.
That's
Yep.
a good group.
It's a long time, isn't it? Got 37. Get to retire when I'm 45. My youngest will be out of college by then. So,
Once in my lifetime.
just waiting for that day. It's a long time. So. Everything's on. It should be. It's flashing.
Nice to meet you. Totally fine.
Tony got me on the right track. She realized I was.
Thanks for being here. No, that's great. That's great.
This is my son Dylan.
Hey, Dylan. How are you, buddy?
This is my daughter Lila. See you, man.
You go to school?
We have a good group.
A week or two ago?
One of them was
Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
That must be a good far off place to stay.
Well, it's like any club or teacher. Police officer, medical professional, you got reasons is this.
Or do you?
You and I were both late. Those girls were.
We're gonna leave so they can continue their take a couple photos out front, and then we want to come down and use the toilet if you can. We're gonna let them get back to the meeting. They'll be here all day.
Back to work now. Back to work.
I know, right? He looks good. He does. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, John, for coming.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Chief. Good to see you. Bye, Lori. Commissioners, thank you.
That was Tony.
We played it.
Yes.
If you need anything, please give me a call, okay? I think I wrote you my number.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It's kind of,
Good thing he's young.
To move it?
Yeah.
Because it's heavy.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Is that a cast around it, or is it
It's
just?
not. I don't think so. I think it's just wrapped.
I can't believe he's up and walking. Unbelievable.
I know. Yeah.
Did Councilor Cheney leave?
He did. He had to get his wife to a doctor's. He wasn't going to come at all, and then I told him we were sort of doing this for her, and he stopped swing by for a minute. So that's good.
Which one does John know?
I don't know.
Might be Hutchinson, because Hutchinson went to Plymouth State, and John coaches up there, so.
That could be. Yeah.
Okay, moving forward, on to personnel matters, accommodations and awards,
Nothing?
resignations and retirement,
Nothing under that category?
promotions and classification changes,
Nothing?
command staff reports, chief, support division.
So they've been busy with we have a number of open grants, have been busy with doing the grant maintenance, keeping up with the federal guidelines on reported. They've been working on some new technology projects up and coming, and they've been researching a new CAD system, which is the computer-aided dispatch system that will need to be replaced in the next few years. It is a CIP item for this coming year. It was a CIP item for last year, but we're looking at replacing it in the next few years as the system is no longer supported by the company. And that's it for support.
Orders and bulletins.
There was an order for Officer Tyler Rouse for Defensive Tactics Instructor Recertification. An ICAT class for Officer Moynihan and Tyler Rouse. A few other training ones. And then there was one for the dispatcher Mountford for intermediate ICS for expanding incidents. And then one for two dispatchers and Robin Moyer for the NCIC TAC conference.
On to operations division. Chief?
So they've been completing end of summer things, including planning for Pumpkin Fest, the Wicked Weirs, and then another event that was in the Weirs last weekend. So that's taken a lot of their time, as well as working on the winter shift bid, which should be coming out in the next few weeks. That will start around Christmas time and continue through just before Motorcycle Week. They were part of the downtown initiative. That was a 3-week enforcement effort, specifically in the downtown area. We had lots of complaints about open-air drug use and lots of criminal activity happening, particularly in the downtown area. That 3-week initiative resulted in 16 drug-related arrests, 21 custodial arrests for other crimes, 326 extra patrols, 28 loitering complaints, 53 field interviews, 63 criminal offense numbers, and 47 city ordinance violations. And the whole effort resulted in the seizure of 35 grams of methamphetamine, 25.5 grams of heroin and fentanyl, and 111 grams of cocaine. So a lot of that was worked between patrol and extra details for that enforcement effort. But I've heard a lot of positive comments about less criminal activity in the downtown area, and we look to keep that going in the future.
That was impressive to see those pictures in the Daily Sun, you know, all the guys that were arrested. That was
Yeah, and
impressive.
the majority of that was open sales, just taking place in the park here and City Hall lot, the downtown. So particularly a lot of good work that went into that effort.
Recognize one of them.
Question, how does the bid process work?
So once the shift bid is posted, it goes in order of seniority. So right from the most senior officer to the least senior officer, they get a choice to pick which shift that they want to work for that schedule session.
How long is the stretch of?
It's approximately 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah, there's pretty much the winter one, from Christmas to just before Motorcycle Week, summer, and then fall. So three, about 4 months each.
I had a question. You mentioned loitering was one of the complaints, I guess, from downtown. How does that work, practically speaking? I mean, do business owners call in if people are loitering, or is it
They do.
community members? Or?
Usually the loiter complaints are people just sitting on the sidewalk, multiple people gathering there with a lot of belongings. oftentimes blocking the sidewalk or blocking entranceways. That's where the loitering comes into play.
Yeah.
Hirings, we all squared away now with full staff?
Not quite full staffed.
More?
Those hires bring us to a total of 40, so we still have 5 more open
Five
positions.
more. Wow.
So we were down 9. This brings us down to 5. However, we do have 4 additional positions on top of that were grant positions that we were granted, I guess, two or 3 years ago at this point. So our total allotment is at 45, but it could be 49. Those 4 additional would be positions we've never had before. So we're looking to hire an additional 4 to make it on top of this. We do have 2 applicants in background phase right now, so if those are successful, we'll be looking to put those on probably at the beginning of the year in January.
Seems like we're getting some pretty qualified candidates.
We are, certainly,
Based
you
on
know,
their background.
yeah, I mean, all of these candidates had, their backgrounds were good, and one of them is certified with experience from Tilton, so certainly that's a good thing. One thing we don't compromise on is the background standards of the hiring standards that we have here, and I think certainly the pay adjustment, it made a big difference.
How many out of that group there gotta go to the academy?
All but one. Yep. Hopefully, we haven't heard back from the academy, but hopefully they'll go to the January academy. So if that's the case, it would be the January academy, so they'd be out sometime in April. They would get some field training. They're all in the 6-week in-house training program now. They'll get some field training before they go to the academy, and then they'll finish it afterwards. So we should have them hopefully on the road by late June, beginning of July, as long as they get into the January academy.
Moving on, you've all have a copy of the July 24th meeting minutes. I'll entertain a motion to,
I make a motion that we accept it as written.
a second.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, consider that done. Out-of-state schools.
I do have a request for 2 out-of-state schools. One is a victim's plea meeting expectations. This is for dispatcher Dow and dispatcher Cop. This is in Chicopee, Mass. Tuition is $250. Plus, well, the travel time would be incorporated in their hours. So the tuition fee of $250 to send them to the school. It is a 1-day class, but it's out of state in Chicopee, Mass. There is a second request for an out-of-state school. This is for the APCO Atlantic Conference. This is located in Portland, Maine. This would be for Amanda Mountford, also a dispatcher. Total cost for that is $800. That includes tuition, and room. Meals are included in that. And this is a 3-day conference, so it's this November 17th through the 20th.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, entertain a motion to approve the out-of-state schools.
So moved.
A motion made by Commissioner Mello, seconded by Commissioner Davis. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Moving on to department monthly activity highlights. Chief Canfield.
For the month of August, we responded to a total of 2,144 calls for service, conducted a total of 136 park walk and talks, 422 extra patrols, conducted 9 community policing events, 383 criminal offenses were investigated, clearing 257 of those by arrest, with a total of 142 physical custody arrests. We took 30 people into custody for intoxication, responded to 22 domestic disturbance calls, 110 other disturbance calls, investigated 8 suicidal subjects, 12 violation restraining orders, and department volunteers volunteered 21.5 hours of their time to the department.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to Chief Canfield.
So for the month of August, detectives took on 35 initial cases, conducted 17 follow-ups on other cases, initiated 2 misdemeanor arrests, initiated 2 misdemeanor charges, conducted 11 search warrants or arrest warrants, conducted 16 sex offender registrations, 2 computer-related crimes, 4 cell phone extractions, 1 background, 1 knock and talk, 2 drug intel sheets, and covered 56 hours of patrol. They conducted 3 polygraph exams, did 8 community presentations, and 39 body-worn camera redactions for the month.
Questions, comments? Moving on to the next item. Chief Canfield?
We are currently 19.23% of the way through the budget year. For salaries and overtime, we're trending at 19.16, so we're below where we should be. Our overtime line item is at 29.46%, which is high, but that's typically our overtime line is overspent every year anyway, but this year in particular, with being down positions, we're covering shifts that need to be covered. We're certainly not covering them one for one. We're covering them on an absolute must cover method, so we're only covering what we absolutely have to. But the budget's looking good so far.
Moving on to monthly traffic report. Chief Canfield.
For the month of August, we issued a total of 38 parking tickets. No surprise, but the number one parking ticket was for overtime parking. We investigated a total of 34 motor vehicle accidents, 8 of which were with injury. And we conducted a total of 338 motor vehicle stops, issuing 45 summonses and 245 written warnings.
Questions? Okay, moving on to monthly fleet report. Chief Canfield.
I have nothing on the fleet report unless there's specific questions.
Questions, comments? None? Moving on then to correspondence to and from the department.
There was a nice thank you letter for Officers Bassett and Danute. There was also a nice note that was dropped in the mail from the Fraternal Order of Police, which is an out-of-state organization regarding Officer Skihan's incident. And then there was a nice thank you letter from an intern that was with us for the summer as well.
No questions. Moving on to Chief's report.
So as you know, at the beginning of August, we had our CALIA accreditation on-site review. The assessor flew in on Sunday and was here all week. He flew back, I drove back to the airport Thursday afternoon. Our on-site went very well overall, and I think he really was impressed with our department. In fact, some of the stuff that he saw, including some of the technology, he was gonna bring back to some other agencies that he's close with. So my initial conversations with him were very positive, and I think the review went very well. We won't know for sure until we appear before the accrediting commission in Jacksonville on November 15th and 16th. So at that point, there'll be hearings. We'll have to appear before the accrediting commission. They'll review our report. We'll have to present an overview of the department, and then they'll give us any feedback on the report, and then hopefully the next day we'll be reaccredited by them. So I look forward to letting you know that we're successfully reaccredited at that point.
No, you'll be going by yourself, or?
Captain Grayton and Captain Grayton and Robin Moyer will be going down for the full conference, which is all week.
Yep.
They do training classes earlier in the week. I'm just going down for there's 2 days of hearings, and then there's the actual appearance before the commission, so I'll be going down for those couple days.
I would hope that Robin would be going.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Overdoses for the month of August totaled at 28, or I'm sorry, year-to-date, including 2 of which were fatal overdoses, so our overdoses are tending to trend downwards considerably. I attribute that more to the switch in using from heroin and fentanyl, which is the unexpected, which causes overdoses, to more meth, which we don't see as many overdoses. So certainly not a problem that's going away. It's just shifting a bit. As far as Spider Tech, for the month of July, we sent a total of, or our total messages were at 2,949 messages sent, which was up 76.7%. And survey completion rate was at 22.6%, which is up 3.3%. So still receiving a really good survey completion rate. In the world of survey completion rates, that's a really good number. And then our total messages sent, I can only assume that was up so much because of the influx of people in the area and public calls for service. I visited Manchester Police Department one day during the month. I went through what is called a real-time crime center. It integrates, there's a lot of capabilities with a real-time crime center, but it incorporates access to a variety of different camera systems, whether it be businesses, public cameras, street cameras, school cameras, or anything else of the like. Pretty interesting technology. I also attended a demonstration of this by the company as well, so I'll be setting up another one in October. I'll certainly get the invite out to you, to the commission, to attend that demo. But it's something I would like to explore creating. The technology and the ability to move quickly in a rapid incident is absolutely amazing. It's enhanced by this technology, and the capabilities of having a real-time crime center is pretty amazing. So I'll keep you informed of that date, and I'll be doing a presentation then, so love to have you attend.
How many cameras do you have in place right now?
We have 2 camera trailers. They're both committed to the WOW Trail right now. And then we've got a variety of pole cameras right now. I think most of them are up in the Weirs. They had Bike Timber Fest last weekend, so I think that they're up there. But the system I'm talking about would incorporate business cameras or ring cameras or anything of the like. So really broaden our ability to capture incidents or to get video of crimes that happen. That's it for my report.
Old business.
Nothing?
New business.
Nothing?
Other business.
Nothing?
Citizen comments. Hearing none. We'll move on to a confirmation of the next meeting date. It is Wednesday the 16th. Any?
Appropriate, it's on National Bosses Day. It's appropriate that it's on National Bosses Day.
Yeah. 16th, National Bosses Day. That's
Oh,
good.
yeah, I saw that.
Anything else for the good of the order?
No, sir.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourns at 11:36. At 11:37.
That's a wrap.
Are you off? Are you off?
Oh, get there.
Oh.
Don't move that quickly.